Hey guys, welcome back. Keith here, Jesse on the camera, and tonight on the bench we have, first up, our new magnetic mat from KNIGHTCUSTOMS that we put a big old fancy ProNoobRC decal on there. We're actually going to be making these decals available to give out to people when we run into you on the trails and such like that, in a nice small little format to put on your RCs. So if you catch up with us, you run into this event or you see us out on the trail, hit us up, we'll have some of those for you. But anyhow, tonight we have the Axial SCX24 Gladiator from Powerhobby, all new from them. It's of course their next line down the lineation of 24s from, where are we at? Let's line them up here. Is this the right order, Jesse? No. I think that's a timeline. Is that a timeline? Or was he first? Oh, I don't know.
We don't know anymore. We have too many.
I don't know. But anyway, he's the next guy down the lineup to come out from them. They got a whole line of fabulous trucks. We absolutely love the SCX24. Where Jesse and I live, as you know, it's minus 30, minus 40. It's crazy, windy, blowy snow. We're very limited time engagement for our RC hobby, so we have to do the micro so we can keep having fun. That's why we have our course indoors. So enough about that. Anyway, we got the new SCX24 Axial Gladiator. We've already started the modifications on it by doing the custom paint to make it look good. Started by putting some light sand on the back of the rooftop tent. Everybody was doing it black. We're doing the roof black. It kind of just washed it all out, so I wanted to change it up. And it is black on the bottom, tan on top. I had a rooftop tent on my Cherokee, and it was tan on top, black on the bottom, which was nice because it didn't get so hot in the sun. So it was a little bit nice that way. So I figured we'd do that again on this one. And then of course we did the roof in the Tamiya TS6 matte black. Gave that a sand with 600 grit, threw that down. And then we fired up the Anycubic printer and we printed some files from Knight Customs. We got the Amphib, I think they call it, Amphib snorkel, and the KC light bar up top. And then we got the tiny little windshield wipers. These guys are so hard to get off the print, never mind. That's how they come out. If you can see that, I don't know. Can you see that? Yeah. Trying to get that off there without breaking, it's a nightmare. So anyway, we got those on there. We got the wiper grill, or whatever you want to call that piece in front, the Valiants. And then we have the 3D printed hood vents on the hood. So yeah, looking pretty good. We went through the back. These trucks come with a whole bunch of scale accessories. They come with the 3 little Rotopack fuel tanks. They come with a pair of 2 sandboards that are actually removable. These come red. Jesse and I had painted those orange to go with the kind of the matte track look that they were modeled after to begin with. And then inside the bed, it actually comes with 2 shovels, an axe, and a little high lift jack. That's the little high lift jack right there from the truck. We removed it because the scale was a little bit off, so we replaced it with one from Knight Customs in here. Now, another big key feature of this truck is the interior. All the other trucks before were always interiorless. Is that the right word?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go with that. All the other trucks were always lacking on having an interior in them, so this one actually came with a full 4-seater with a driver. We're kind of I was making fun of him, I was painting him. He's kind of a fat cowboy, this guy. When you get a little paint and color on him, you'll notice he's got some chest and some belly on him. Sticks out much past his chin line. So had some fun, painted him up. Of course, another typical cowboy with the cowboy hat. They didn't give you no spare hats or nothing like that, but that's fine. We cut out the window on the side so we can see in there. Nice clear shot of the driver, because if he's going to be there with tinted windows, it's almost pointless to paint him and detail him. So we got that done. So yeah. So far, pretty cool. One thing we did on the front bumper, of course, we just pushed it in that one extra hole that they don't do for some reason, and they always leave it way out front. Just move it back one set of holes, and it looks wicked better. Now, another cool thing they've done on the Gladiator versus all the other trucks. As you can see, this guy's got the 2 body mounts, and Betty's got a single. The new JLU's got a single. They eliminated that, and they finally went to a Velcro mount. You can make it magnet if you want, but they went Velcro. And this one's actually holding up pretty good. Remember the SCX, or the micro TF2 that just ripped right off the first time we opened it. So that's nice. They still got the hinge opening and closing. but they got the Velcro on the front, which is kick-ass. Much better than having a big stupid pin. As you can see, it kind of ruins the whole hood on this truck. So now that they have this available, like we did this truck before this was released, so now I got to go back and do another body for that guy, but that's nothing. So okay, so under the hood, Axial is also using a new radio and a new ESC system. It's a 2-in-1 ESC, just like the other ones, but this one has the function where you can control your lights from your third channel, which is pretty cool. I believe there's different modes to it. I have to actually go through that, but anyhow, you can turn the lights off and on with that switch. Very cool. And the truck, from the videos we've seen, and we'll find out later in this video, but the videos we've seen, the truck seems to have either lower gearing or just better communication from the ESC to the motor, where the truck can actually crawl slow, because they're not really great at crawling without a lot of finessing on getting really good with the trigger on the old radios. It could just be the new combination of the radio, but anyway, this guy, from what we've seen, performs out of the box better than all the other ones, so we'll get into that later in this video. We just wanted to do a quick overview with what we see when you get it out of the box. The battery is your typical 350, typical 350 30C 2S LiPo from, it's a Dynamite battery, Dynamite reaction, so same as all the other ones. Great batteries, great runtime on them. They did go with a different charger. I know these other chargers were having issues with heat and smoke and other related items to that. I'm not going to say anything more than that, but I've never had that problem. So they went with this charger. It does feel a little sturdier cable on it, definitely a heavier cable on it. The plug on the end is definitely bigger. You can see it's a little bit better quality around like the plastic, a little more sturdy, so definitely change it up a little bit. End of the day though, if you have a proper hobby charger, just get a connector and run, just charge this on your proper hobby connector in like 15-20 minutes versus 3 hours on there. And they actually found a supplier to get them Allen keys that weren't rusted this time. I know this ones are actually shiny. Look at that. Woo! That's a fancy boy. Put that right here. Trophy. So they actually figured out where to not get rusty ones before, so which is nice because the rusty ones don't have any edges on them. They just stripped out anyways. So yeah, cool. So let's get into the fun stuff. Okay, so we're gonna do, of course, another full-out build like we do on all these trucks, but this one's actually going to be our first to get some aluminum axles. It's kind of a newer to the hobby brand is Powerhobbies. I don't know if they were another company before or if they're maybe owned by another company, because a lot of the parts look a lot like other parts, just with different packaging on them. So they're actually making some good parts, very decent, and the price point is insane. They're not NTG parts to any standard. They're actually pretty decent. We've been starting to buy them here and there, and we're starting to dig them pretty good. So we got front and rear axle, black and red in aluminum, and then we also picked up just a front diff cover, and then these really nice black and gold with the Powerhobby logo. Get those out of the bag for you there. These pretty cool black and brass knuckles for it. 7-gram knuckles, pretty decently. Look very cool. I like the look of them, so that's pretty cool. They're going nice with the black axle on the truck. And for wheels, for the build, we decided to go with these 3D printed, resin printed, kind of like a method style wheel, faux beadlock from WT Micro. You could find him on Instagram. These guys said I think about 40-50 bucks or something like that for these wheels. I'm not 100% sure. Don't hold me to that price. And then we have these wrapped in the Powerhobby Armor tires. They're kind of a cool looking tire. It's a little bit of a wider rim, and these tires are a little bit wider. They look fantastic. And versus the stock tire, it's not that much of a difference in width and height. So I think it's going to look good, but the offset is quite a bit more with these wheels. So I'm just hoping it doesn't interfere with the fenders in the front, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We do have many options to play with for the truck. These are the stock wheels with foams added to them. And That is the Betty wheel without the green paint on it. That's just a stock Betty wheel with the Gladiator tire. Very nice look, actually. I might, these actually might end up on it down back and forth between the two of them. So Jesse and I and a lot of you guys in this game prefer a scale tire. Like, I absolutely hate these tires because they look like confetti or something like that. But because the truck is, you know, the Betty truck, we built this, we upgraded it, and we're gonna run it just the way it is. Oh yeah, I forgot I stuffed all those chunks of brass behind the wheels. Yeah, so we're gonna run Betty the way she's supposed to be, the way she's supposed to look. Fully modded though, mind you. We've got everything done to this one. Within reason. This guy's about to go farther with, of course, the aluminum axles. So enough talking about this baloney, let's get working. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Okay, there we go. Jesse finished the upgrades for it on it. It looks fantastic. The wheels from WT Micro, we had them sitting kind of on the back burner waiting for the right project, and I think this is it. The depth of them and the wheelbase and the width of these Powerhobbies armor tires are all kind of coming together now and looking really, really good. Different angles there for you guys. We did throw in the Powerhobby aluminum shocks in there. We had those kicking around, so we threw them in there. We changed the springs. They come with black and silver springs. We put the black springs, I think, which is pretty close to the factory, and now it's sitting nice. A little bit low in the rear, and decently, it's not so tall, so it's working good. Get the center of gravity low, get it handling better. They are threaded, so once we get the battery into it, we are going to move the battery forward. But once we get the battery into it, we can adjust it so we get the right height sitting where we want. So we'll bring up the back a little bit and drop the front. Just a pinch to get it riding where we want. But besides that, all we have left to do is glue up these tires. We just wanted to throw them on here. Those black aluminum axles with the aluminum C-hubs and the diff covers look fantastic, really beefy. We did the weight on the front and the rear. Since we do have the bed cage up top, we wanted to have the extra brass diff cover on the rear just to help hold this down. The extra width of the offset on the wheels looks fantastic. They did look good on the factory, but this looks 10 times better. Front and rear. Now it's pretty much test and tune time. We're gonna get the battery in this guy. I am 3D printing the roof rack right now, the front runner roof rack from Knight Customs for the SCX24. That's going to sit up top of here. It's going to look fantastic. I got to paint my KC lights yellow, get that done. We're going to get there. Stay tuned in the video. I'm going to do some more work of this off camera, and then we're going to see you guys into the back course, and we're going to do some trail running. We'll fire up this guy on his Hyraxes to see how the Hyraxes actually compete against these armors. The Hyrax is a Skinner tire, but it's a Proline tire. Proline is good at what they do when it comes to tires and bodies, so it's gonna be pretty close. But Powerhobbies is coming up pretty hard in this game. I'm liking their products. They're all over the map. They make things from the SCX24 to SCX6, like everywhere, so it's kind of nice. Yeah, we're gonna give them a shot. And you know, I was, like I was saying earlier in the video, we're a scale tire fanatic, and they look like they pass. Like they're okay. They look better than a Hyrax does. Hyrax looks like a weird donut. See you guys in a few seconds on the mountain. See you out there. Okay, well there you go. Our thoughts on the build, very happy with it. The steering servo, of course, is going to need to be upgraded right away. We were starting to lose strength in the steering to the right, but we still had a lot of power to the left. It's very weak. So that servo is going to be not long for this world. Think about getting an upgrade when you order the truck. Besides that, these Powerhobby armor tires are working fantastic. The new track width with the wider wheels from WT Micro are helping out with the stability of the truck. We had to take a couple new lines as these guys are a lot skinnier than this guy is right now. So we had to kind of choice out our lines a little bit different. The course was built around this track width and this wheelbase, so we kind of have to take some alternate lines. We were able to go backdoor up the big mountain if there with this guy, which the short wheelbase guys won't do. So it opens up new possibilities and new lines by having a longer wheelbase. So we're digging that. The Powerhobby's aluminum axles and the Powerhobby brass with the brass knuckles, or the brass diff covers with the brass knuckles, adds a lot of down low weight to counterbalance all the extra accessories on the top. So we're digging that. Very happy with the products. We didn't have any problems with Powerhobbies when we put it together with anything binding, anything being tight, anything being just poor. We've had that problem before with other brass components we'd bought. We actually put it on Jesse's red truck diff covers, and the spacing wasn't right, and it was keeping the gear mesh too tight, and it was burning up motors in his truck. So took a little bit to figure out what the problem was, but we got it. So yeah, Powerhobbies, you guys, if you're on the fence, check them out. They're great products. They are cheaper. These axles were 40 bucks a piece for up here in Canada, so they're probably like $30 a piece or even 25 bucks a piece in the US. So jump on those. I know the hot racing ones are double the price. They're $80 for the exact same thing you're getting, and these ones actually come with a red diff cover. Fancy little red guy on there. We swapped it out for the brass, of course, so we can use these red ones on another one of the builds that doesn't have brass, but I think they all do. So maybe we'll give these away to somebody. Who knows? But yeah. The new ESC, it's not so herky-jerky like the old ones. Look at that. We can have nice smooth power entry, forward and reverse, and still a good top end. Spin the tires on the mat a little bit there. So they obviously listened, and they made the changes in the radio and the receiver to give the radio and the ESC slash receiver to give that truck a better crawl feel. These guys here are jumpy, hit the gas, and you know what I mean. They're all over the map. So these guys, this feels good. I'm very happy with this. I'm sure you guys will be happy with that. As we are, it feels a lot more like a 10th scale crawler with the better control. Once you change out the steering servo, you guys will be laughing. You could change out to a FurryTech ESC and all that stuff, but if you are keeping it brushed at this point, you guys, I would just rock the stock ESC for the... It works good enough. Unless you want brushless, then give FurryTech a call and go with that. So we'll see you guys on the next one. We're going to throw up a couple tire shootouts over the weekend between this guy and this guy with these Pro Powerhobby armors and the Pro Line Hyraxes. So stay tuned for that. There'll be a couple short videos coming up, and we're going to prepare for the next build. We'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.